was running a national tour called Humor for Hoffa. I actually worked for Jimmy Hoffa. I did all the PR. I did all of the videos. I did this national comedy deal, and the guy turned out to be a complete lout, and he's been there ever since. He saw me at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and he said I was doing Jimmy Dore's show, uh, like going around. I was invited to it, all because of the Stone business. All right,
Yeah.
the Stone business. I want to clear him of all these
That's
false
what I'm
charges,
talking about.
being a back channel. So
That's a good brand, though.
I want to look at the massacre in my act.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and Jimmy Hoffa says, "Hey, there's Randy Credico. I couldn't have made it without him. He's the guy who put me in office." And then he wouldn't take a picture with me because I was so controversial in 2018 with this whole RussiaGate thing. That I was connected with Stone and I was a back channel. The whole thing was so ridiculous that I can't believe anybody bought it. Like Julian Assange would say, let me see, I got all of this hot material. Let me give it to Roger Stone to hold on to because he's not going to tell anybody. I mean, logic tells you that would never happen. Okay. Here, I got this stuff. I'm going to telegraph. I got the greatest story in the world. Let's give it to Roger Stone to keep a secret. Forget about it.
Why do you think so many of the American people are such dupes when it comes to politics? Why they buy? I mean, I saw RussiaGate for what it was from day one, and when I look at what other people just and the way, Randy, the way that they like psychotically embraced it, like it was, oh my God,
because they fear mongering.
The Reds are here, they're under our bed, and then you got all of the hacks on the Beltway who are making money hand over fist, scaring the shit out of people about it.
You know why? You know why? Because we got wars to conduct. I mean,
it's very profitable. I didn't believe in.
Listen, we got to have a war with Russia or China. I mean, there are people sitting on a lot of arms right now. They got tons of arms, and this is it's like we got to buy vaccines from 3 companies here. We're paying for it. They act like they're giving it away. They're not giving it away. Here, Biden's telling everybody here, I'm giving it to all Americans. No, Americans are paying for it. Every time I get a free shot, I'm paying for it through tax dollars, and at the high end, we're not getting a discount on it. You're not getting discount on it. Your taxes are paying for it. You're paying the high end.
And I wish more people would just, I mean, at some point you have to ask yourself, and I'm not saying that these variants aren't real. I'm sure that they are. But as soon as something comes about, immediately it's like, oh, you got to get another booster shot. I'm like, do you guys not see what's going on here? Like, do you not get it yet? Like,
well,
this is
I am vaccinated, but
me too. We're all vaccinated.
All right. Well, let me tell you. I have a friend of mine, a very close friend, who had a close relative die, and she was vaccinated. The woman was vaccinated and still died. Now, it's still too early. The guy who gave me the shot, he was an old Indian guy at a pharmacy. He says you're going to get real sick when you. He says to me, "I got real sick when I took. You're going to get real," and I did. I don't know why a guy would tell me that before he gave me the shot. I said, "Is it effective?" He says, "Nobody knows. This is really in the early stages. It was, it wasn't like Jonas Salk working on it for a long time, and it's not a vaccine, So, but I'm vaccinated. And I'm up in the country. Why am I vaccinated? Am I going to get it from the chickens and the deers and the bear, or my dog who's pacing over here? She's pacing. Bianca, she's still around.
What kind of dog is that?
About vaccines. I don't talk about Building 7 because you can't win on those 2 subjects. So I never do talk about those 2 issues because they're too divisive, and I don't want to get bogged down in a conversation about it. But I will say that they're profiteering off of it. That's for sure.
Yes.
I just want to know, what kind of dog is your dog?
She's a Coton de Tuliar.
Uh-oh.
That's my dog.
Come here, Bianca. You want to see her?
Lulu.
See, look, this is our Patreon sticker, is my Lulu.
Is that really? Where'd you get that dog?
I found it on Canva. And I know it's not meant to necessarily be a Coton. Come here, Lulu.
Come here, little pretty.
Is she really a Coton?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see.
Come here. Well, keep it going there. Here.
Are you pretty?
Here, come here.
You're such a good girl.
Well, here you go.
There's your buddy, Lou.
Okay, see,
Aw.
that's what Lou would look like if I didn't keep her in puppy cut. I
Oh,
keep Lou in
no,
puppy
she
cut.
gives you the lick like Bianca does.
They're very
Give me a
licky,
kiss. Give me a kiss.
right?
Oh,
Oh! She's like, "I am not
did
performing for
you see
you."
that? She
Yeah.
bit me.
Maybe she saw Lou and wanted to show her dominance. That's what it was. Right, Lou? Right? Let me see.
I think I
Lou, this is Lou.
Yeah, let me see, Lou. That is a Catan. You can tell by the nose.
I
All right.
know. And the
So
black eyeliner.
yeah,
I know. You're
definitely a
such a good
Catan.
girl.
She's now that's what Bianca would normally be doing, but she doesn't like to be doesn't like to be used as a prop.
Yeah, Lou would climb back in, and she's the only child that didn't come from in there.
So one
Huh?
thing, one thing I definitely want, we definitely want to hit on, Randy, is we are obviously huge proponents of Medicare for all, and we definitely have come to the conclusion that there's
I'm
no
on it,
way,
man. I'm on
yeah,
Medicare. Yeah.
yeah, and there's no way it's ever going to pass on Capitol Hill. The way we see it is basically the same way it happened in Canada. It's going to pass in a province like it did in Saskatchewan and then move throughout the whole country. I think the same thing will happen here. The New York Health Act is, to me, that is the closest I think we are right now. Is that something you would be prioritizing
I
running for
would,
governor?
you took the words right out of my mouth. If that's part of my campaign slogan, is that full medic the for New York State, I would probably eliminate insurance companies and have just one fund that we all get into and like say, that's it. You guys get out. You know what I mean? Get out. You're not making money off of sick people. You're not doing it. How patriotic? That's not patriotic. Get out of here. Get a real job. You're not making money. You're not going to get in the middle. It's like car insurance, all this car insurance crap. They got these actuaries. Every state forces their citizens to buy insurance. Why isn't there just one fund that we can put our money into? And the same thing for Medicare for all. New York State would be the laboratory to have it. Yes, everyone. That should be a guarantee. I'm glad that you said it. That's really it's not even a progressive. Everyone should be
Common
healthy.
sense. It's
It,
common
it,
sense at this point. And when
all European countries have it.
yeah,
It's centrist. It's actually very centrist. If you find a very conservative person in the UK, they still think people are entitled to health care.
well, and
Right.
not only that, when I'm communicating with a conservative, I just tell them the most conservative position is Medicare for all because you're eliminating the for-profit middlemen that have no reason to exist.
It saves money.
They are literally ripping you off.
They're,
want to
you know
talk
what they
about-
are? They're the ultimate parasites. What are
Yeah,
they?
the ultimate
Why don't they do
freeloader.
something else with their time? Why did they jump into the middle of between a patient and a doctor? Who are they? Seriously, to make money.
Profiteers.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna be censored with this kind of talk.
We always get suppressed.
We do.
Huh?
We do.
We get suppressed a
Our
lot.
channel gets hit hard, and
I did a telethon for Julian Assange, and that did not go over well as far as the algorithm. So there's certain things that if you talk about them, you'll get pushed to the bottom of the pile.
Are you serious? Is
Yeah.
that true? Is that why my Twitter retweets? It doesn't matter if I have Jesus on. I'm coming down every time I have a great show. I had one with Daniel Ellsberg the other
Yeah,
day.
that Daniel Ellsberg would also be somebody that would get you suppressed. Like we have those people on that we want to talk to them, but yeah, people that are whistleblowers are not going to help with the algorithm.
So that is a built-in thing with the algorithms.
100%.
All the
You
whistleblowers.
guys are more tech savvy than I am. So and no social media.
There's no
can
more
imagine.
I mean, look, the most powerful man in the world is probably, you could toss it between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, but at the end of the day, the most powerful company by far is Google. Like that's not even up for debate. They run the world in many ways.
In terms of content.
In terms of content, they run the world just like Goldman Sachs runs the world in terms of how the money moves. It's just
Right.
It's scary
sort
and
of
it's
the same
very
thing.
big brother.
Google
and
is actually bigger. Now, tell me how that works. So Google would be bigger. I would think that Bezos, I have friends, a lot of friends, and I do occasionally will go. I won't go to Whole Foods anymore, but I will if I'm in a pinch. I will go to Amazon to get like a quart or something like that. But I'd rather go to a big box place But aren't we like feeding the monster that's going to kill us by going to Amazon?
Yeah, but at this point, like I order from Amazon. I do. It's convenient and it's easy. The problem isn't we're not going to boycott that at this point. That ship sailed. The only way to rein in things like Amazon are with corporate taxes and actually going after oligarchs for skirting what their
And being
responsibilities
able
are.
to bring back
It's got to be
and to
policy
bring back sort of an FDR type of labor uprising, because that's really what it's going
and
to
tax
take.
rate.
Yeah, well,
I want to have both of you work on my campaign. You talk about FDR and Medicare for all. That's when I ran before for governor, I did an FDR deal. It was a new deal that I was talking about back then, and all of my literature did have FDR kind of programs that he initiated. But that's definitely why don't if the Democrats did that, they would win. They're going to lose the
they
congressional.
can't do that because they're bought and paid for by corporate special interests. That's it. This is not complicated stuff. And I try to
They're
tell this to people
whores.
all the time. The party is the party of Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi for a reason, because
Right.
they are run by Wall Street and Silicon Valley.
And the military industrial complex.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.